I'm joined by former University of Central Oklahoma, current Edmonton Elk running back TJ Roberts. TJ, thank you for taking time to talk to me this morning. Could you start by telling the viewers and listeners out there a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is TJ Roberts. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. I graduated from Desert Vista High School in 2015. I played my first 2 years of college ball at Mesa Community College out here in Mesa, Arizona. And then that led me to Central Oklahoma, where I played my junior year. Then, unfortunately, due to COVID, I had to return home for my senior season. And now I'm in the CFL playing for the Edmonton Elks.
So okay, now so you mentioned you went to junior college. What was your JUCO experience like? Because I asked this question to anybody that I know went to JUCO, and I've heard varying to where they enjoyed it, they hated it, it was crazy. So what was your JUCO experience like?
Honestly, my JUCO experience, I enjoyed it. Honestly, it honestly helped me a lot. Being a young kid as an 18-year-old, I don't really think I was ready, maturity-wise, to be on a university yet. And I just think that it kind of molded me and helped me become the young man that I needed to be on and off the field. So, like I said, yeah, I think I enjoyed my time in JUCO. I had a great coaching staff, and just being able to be at home. That was the one thing that I would say that was a little different about my experience. I wasn't at a dorm school. I was at home, so I was beyond comfortable. Then my head coach, I knew my head coach since I was a young kid. So, like I said, it wasn't really it was a great experience for me, and it helped me out a lot. And yeah, I enjoyed my time. I enjoyed being the JUCO product most definitely.
So how did that familiarity with the coach and then being able to go home? How big was that? Do you think in your overall level of success there?
Oh man, it was huge. It was huge, honestly. Just like I said, being a young kid, I wasn't all the way mature yet, and just having someone who, like my head coach, who kind of stayed on me because he knew me personally. Then being able to come home to that foundation of a family. I have a dad who's very strict, and he didn't play any games, so he kind of kept a fire lit under me the whole time. So like it definitely kept me focused. That was probably the biggest thing that I would say.
And then when looking at your stats at JUCO now, what amazes me is in 6 games last year there you had almost 1,000 yards and like 8 touchdowns and like 7 yards a carry.
So,
How okay? How are you able to do that? Because that's an insane stat line.
honestly, and this is in the most humble way possible. That was the first time I ever had like my coach. That was the first time I really ever felt like I got to be like a featured back. Like I always like look at my numbers compared to other running backs in conferences, and like they always would have double the carries or like I don't know. I just felt like I was very confident going into that year. I put in the work. I don't know. It was weird. It just like it seemed like all the cards kind of fell into the right place that year, and it was just one of those seasons, man.
Now there was a highlight. I'm sure you remember this because when you signed, the usual Twitter page put it out.
Yeah.
You leaped over a defender, landed, stiffed on the guy. We put a touchdown. Now I have to say, when I saw that, I turned the clip off because there's nothing else I needed to see. What, like how? Okay, so like in the moment, did you just decide I can hurdle this guy? Like, what? How do we decide to hurdle the man?
Honest, the hurdling stuff. Like a lot of people ask me about this stuff too. To be honest, like growing up, like that was something that like me and my dad actually work on a lot. Like and like it's just kind of like a heat in the moment thing. Like if I don't feel like I have the leverage to go through him, or if I feel like he is coming too quick and I can't make a move, as soon as I kind of see that helmet go down, you just got to commit to it. And I seen that little window, so he put that head down, and I knew like, and I work on it like a lot, like I said, since I was a young kid. So I knew like the landing part wasn't gonna really be an issue. It was just kind of getting down fast as I could and knowing that I was gonna have to break a tackle. And like I said, like a lot of it just comes from just I don't know. It was heat in the moment. I just made a choice and made a play. You got to be a football player at the end of the day.
So okay, so when you say that you work on the hurdles, like how do you go about doing that?
So the way we do it, so I will always do a drill. My dad would call it. It's kind of like a pace of the whole drill. So we'll pace through. We'll work our first 10, and then we'll make a move on a safety or backer. So, and then growing up, like I said, I was working with guys who were older than me, and they were coming downhill so fast. And my dad just kind of taught me young, and like it was once I started kind of breaking tackles, guys started going lower. So it was just a drill. Like he would have like a helmet, and like as soon as he would like tilt as soon as I would see the crown come down, I would just work on just being explosive, getting over the guy, and landing. And I mean, repetition and honestly has paid off because like it's just something that's become so pretty easy as part of my game. I don't know. I don't know. My dad's a mad scientist when it comes to the running back game.
Because I saw that, I was like, okay.
Yeah,
well,
a lot of people to this day, like that's still like the one like football player that like a lot of people like bring up. So yeah, it's funny.
I mean, it's kind of hard to forget that. I mean, you just heard the guy landed, you recovered, stiffed on the guy, went for the touchdown. Like this cat's different. Okay, so after that, and your big season there as your last year at JUCO, what then led you to decide that UCO was where you wanted to transfer to?
So coming out, okay. So honestly, I wasn't even supposed to play that second year in JUCO, to be honest. So coming out, I was committed to Louisiana Tech, and then I got like a last minute offer from TCU. But I was just advised on. I was just given some bad advice by an advisor, and I took some classes that didn't transfer to a D1 program. Which like I mean like I was kind of upset at the time, but now that I'm older, like I mean it is what it is. I'm where I want to be. But yeah, I was just given some advice on some classes to take, and none of them transferred to a D1. So I was kind of put into a bind, and I just remember sitting in that office with my dad and my head coach. He was like, "Yeah, like because like I said, like I locked in that last semester because like I wanted to get out after my first year at JUCO. I want to say 18 or 21 credits in one semester. So I knocked out all those classes. Then like a couple of days before signing day, that's when I find out that I can't even sign to Louisiana Tech or TCU. So I have a meeting with my dad, my parents, and my head coach. And my coach is just like, you know what, man, just come back, play your sophomore year in JUCO. We'll try to win a national championship. Then you can get the best D2 offers in the country, and you pick from where you want to go from there. So I took that path. I went back. I played that year at JUCO. Like I said, that was the best. That's the best physical shape I've been in as far as football. Like that was the best I ever felt at the time. So I come back. I play that second year. Then the season ends, and then after that, I get in contact with Coach Bobeck and Coach Holland, and just the way they believed in me, and just like the facilities and just the city. That was where I felt like I would be the most comfortable. So that's how I ended up there. I went there. I want to say that I enrolled the spring of 2019. I want to say. I forgot. I keep forgetting the year.
Yeah, I think you signed in December.
Yeah, I came in for definitely. I was there for winter conditioning and all that. So yeah.
Now you said you took 18 hours. How did you balance that? Because that's a lot of hours.
Yeah, I mean, if you want something bad enough, you'll figure out a way to get it done. And like I said, I have a really good support system. So I would come home every day. I would go to football. Literally, that was the one thing that was different for me in JUCO. A lot of my teammates, they had to work jobs to make ends meet. So I would go to football. Then after that, I would go to my dad's office. My dad would sit there with me. I would go through my schoolwork. I'll come home and I'll sit here with my little sister. My little sister's a genius. She would sit here and help me for hours on end, and I'll knock it out. I'll chip away at it day by day. And I got through it, and that was probably the most frustrating part with it, just knowing that I did all that work and then I didn't kind of get the reward out of it. But like I said, everything happens for a reason, and I wouldn't change anything.
Okay, so now I got to say, when you got to UCO, because I think there was like an open practice to scrim or something like that. I couldn't make it, but people close that I knew of were like, bro, I'm telling you, this dude's the real deal. So, coming into that Pitt State game, you had that touchdown run, and I have to say, in my 5 years of covering, probably the best touchdown run I've seen, because you like juked all over the field and went to this side and cut and stiff. How do you do that? Because you made it look so easy, and I'm sure it's not. Like, how are you able to just do that with such ease?
Just being confident in what you're doing, man. I mean, playing football, I've been doing this since I was a kid, so it comes down to it. Just and Coach, I'm like Coach Bobeck. I remember that play vividly too, because Coach Bobeck came up to us. He was like, bro, like we need somebody. Somebody has to step up and get the ball rolling so we can get so we can get the momentum going. So I just remember we called the outside zone, and like that DN too was messing with me the whole game. He was chirping at me and stuff too. So I'm like, bro, I got to make a play right now. So I just remember outside zone, and I got everyone to fully commit because I got out really fast on my initial like 5 yards. So I got everyone to commit outside, and like we kind of were taught to, if it wasn't open outside, we look inside, and we climb back. So as soon as I felt like I had everybody coming with me to the outside, I just put a foot in the ground, made a couple guys miss, and got to the crib.
Yeah, because I gotta say that the media section of the press box was silent. And very rarely has it been silent, but that. Okay, so and then that was a game. I think you all were down big at the half. You came back, you almost won it.
Down almost. I want to say it was bad. It was bad going down. It was definitely bad.
And then you went to, I think was it Kearney the next? It was Kearney the next week. Yeah. You all went a close one there, but I think you had like your best game of the season rushing. You
rushing was most bad. And that was, a lot of people don't know too. That the Kearney game, I had tweaked my ankle so crazy. So like that's kind of where it started. And I was just muscling through the rest of the season. But yeah, that Kearney game, I just remember they had this patch of grass that was so rough. And I like just stepped completely wrong to roll my ankle. But yeah, that was a fun game. I enjoyed that game. Those are my favorite type of games. Those hard ones where we fall back to running on the football. So yeah, I enjoyed that game too.
Okay, now I'm kind of glad you mentioned that. I was going to ask. It seemed like you were kind of not at 100% there the rest of the season.
Yeah, nah.
Like how much did the ankle affect you?
So like I said, a lot of people don't even know. So I tweaked my left ankle originally. Like I was cool with that. So I can produce, like I played well for those next 2 or 3 games, but a lot of people don't know I was overemphasizing to make up for that rolled ankle. I was putting a lot of pressure on my right one, and I ended up rolling my right one. And like I went to the doctor. So I played. I played 4 or 5 games on 2 high ankle sprains, really. And I don't know. It was just the competitor in me. I couldn't sit out and not seeing that my team needed me, so I tried to play. But yeah, I was playing on 2 high ankle sprains, honestly. And it was. I ain't never been through nothing like that. Bro. I mean, I tried to figure out a way to get through it. But yeah, I was definitely not myself for like 4 or 5 weeks, man. And that was tough. That was a tough time for me.
Too high.
Yeah, you can ask anybody on the team. Every day I would go get taped. Then like I would go get like different ankle braces like every single week and stuff. I was just trying to figure out ways to get through it. But yeah, literally 2 high ankle sprains. And you can ask anybody on the team, they'll vouch for it.
Okay, wait. So now I wrote this down. So you're telling me
I've never came out and told nobody this stuff. But yeah, I was 2 high ankle sprains, seriously.
So okay, now so after week 1, you won 100%. Some point you had two ankle sprains, but you managed to run for 90 yards 3 times, in which UCL went 3-0. You had back-to-back games with 3 touchdowns, and you averaged almost 5 yards a carry.
Yes, sir.
How? Like how?
Adrenaline, and just being a competitor, man. I just, like I said, I can, if I feel like I can walk, I'm gonna try to play, and that was my problem, honestly. I should have sat down for a week or 2 and just kind of tried to heal up, but I kept trying to get through it, and I would keep putting myself back into that same position. But just being a competitor, and just I feel weird letting my teammates go out and work, and me sitting down right here. Like I really go all out and deal with it at the end of the season. So that's what I tried to do. Excuse me.
Okay, well, all right. Well, that okay.
Yeah,
well, okay. Okay. Now you all scored 82 against Northeastern State. Now I have to ask, because I asked your kicker, Alex Goudeau, about that when he came on, about how tiring it must have been for him.
Yeah, no, Rocky was getting busy that day.
So, like, for you, like, have you ever been a part of? Have you ever been in a game where you were even close to scoring 82? Like, what was that? What was that post game like? Were you guys shocked? Did you expect it? Like, what was that?
I mean, we didn't. I mean, 82 points is absurd. Like, I can't say that we expected to come in put up 82 points, but we were definitely looking forward to coming in and scoring a lot of points that week. But 82, we didn't think like anything of that. That's insane. That was fun though. That was a fun game.
Okay, so season ends, 2020 starts, then the pandemic happens, and then you opt out. What led you to that decision to opt out?
Man, honestly, that was the hardest decision I've ever had to make in my life. Like I said, like my teammates in Oklahoma, like to this day, like bro, I love those guys with all my heart. My coaching staff, just everybody, and just the work that we put in going in like that year. Like it still kills me because like I was so excited about that senior season, man. We had such a solid team and guys were emerging as leaders, and just kind of when that pandemic hit, it was different for me more so too because like a lot of our teammates were guys who were from. Is that ping going off on here? Can you hear that?
I can.
Here, let me see if I can kind of turn it off. That's annoying. But yeah, like I was saying, that team, man, we had a solid group going into my senior year, and just kind of for me, so like I was the only kid on the team, honestly, from the West Coast. Everyone else was a pretty close drive home, or they were driving to Texas, and kind of just once I knew that we weren't playing football no more, it was just. And it wasn't really even me. I told Coach Bobick and all the other coaching staff, as long as I know that we're gonna get to play football at some point, I'm locked in. Like this is where I want to be. I'm getting ready for my senior year. Like I at the end of the day, I just want to play football. That's all I wanted to do. So then once they kind of got to the point where our hands were tied and they canceled the season, and like that, and we knew they were gonna shut the school and stuff down. I just kind of made that conscious decision for my family because, like I said, I have a mom back at home too, same way everyone else does, who was very worried about everything. So I just kind of did what I felt was best for me. And like I said, I wanted to go back, but like it wasn't ideal for me.
So when you came back home, did what I guess, because I think in your Instagram post you said you were opting out and then preparing for the draft. So like what did your routine at that point become? Because since there was no more football, what did your routine become at that point?
Just came home, finishing school, and and it was crazy too because all of our facilities, like I was training at Fisher Sports, our facilities got closed down due to COVID and stuff. It was just like I didn't even get to do my pro day. Like it just got to a point where it was just really bad as far as like the pandemic and everything. But it was kind of trying to keep a clear mind and just juggle everything at the same time with that, like all the adversity that the world was throwing. But yeah, it was a weird time period, to be honest. Like it was just staying focused, trying to work out wherever we could. Like I'm running around with all the other guys who are in the same position. We're trying to get our work in wherever we can. It was just weird because all the facilities were shutting down. Pro days were getting canceled. It was a weird time period, honestly.
Yeah, and you mentioned that now. Like, how big of an effect do you think that had? Because like I said, you weren't able to really showcase much outside of what you had on film. And I come from a small school. There's always a knock. Which, I feel like it's unfair, but there's always that knock. So, like, how much do you think that affected your stock?
I mean, like I would hate to like put the blame on that, but I think it was huge, honestly, for me. Like, yeah, it was huge just because I didn't, especially coming from a small school. I lose my senior year. And like I said, that was probably the best. That was the best offseason I've ever had to going into my senior year. So losing my senior year, then coming home, pro day getting canceled, just like those two in general right there, those were huge. So yeah, I think it affected my stock a lot, honestly. I think if I would have got to play my senior year, like I think if everything would have went normal, I think things would have been a little bit differently. But like I said, I'm a firm believer everything happens for a reason. And I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be still.
Okay, so that happens. The draft happens. Now take me from at the point of where the draft ends, and then you end up where you are now with the Elks.
Okay, so yeah, the draft comes up. So like it's my pro day gets canceled. I go to the college ground showcase down there in Dallas, Texas. I have a really good showcase. So like I actually get interest from a couple teams. So the draft comes up. I'm waiting for a phone call from a couple of the teams I talked to on day 3 because like obviously I knew my situation. Then just once things didn't kind of work out, I just like I said, I'm not a real big. I didn't want to like dwell on it too much or think about it. I talked to my family. Then once I knew my family was once I knew that all my family still had the same amount of faith in me and that like everyone around me still wanted me to chase my dream and stuff. And my dad just walked in the back right now, as I was talking about earlier. I just kind of locked in for that year, and I got into the best shape that I could get in. And my biggest thing was staying available and staying locked in, and that's what happened. I mean, I just kept working. Then I got connected through my JUCO coach. Actually, one of his good buddies, Coach Maxey, is one of our defensive coordinators at Edmonton. So he just got my film to him. Like I said, that was my biggest thing. I just needed someone to see my film and kind of give me a chance. So he got my film in front of him. Then he got with Chris Jones, our head coach. They liked my film and stuff. Then they put me on the spot. They wanted me to do a 40, a broad jump, and a vertical. So I did all that for them just to show them I was in shape and everything. And the next thing I know, I was signed. So now here I am.
Now, what were you able to prep for that 40, or did you just go in there and just like run it?
I was still doing everything. I was still working out every day, lifting, conditioning. So I didn't really need to prep for it. I had the opportunity, and I was like, all right, it's just make or break time. It's time to be an athlete at the end of the day. So that's kind of how it went.
Now, as a running back, I'm sure you have to like that their field is bigger, gives you more room to maneuver and for more Penn State type of runs. So what do you anticipate just from a rule standpoint, and just a difference in the U.S. game and the Canadian game? What do you envision probably would be your biggest adjustment from that standpoint?
Honestly, just from what we've been practicing, a lot of the motions, but honestly, I like it a lot. It's a more of an advantage for the offensive guys, just getting used to the motions and a lot of the terminology that we got. But I mean, it's football at the end of the day, and coaching staff, so I'll be able to pick up on it quick. But yeah, those motions though, that was probably the biggest thing that was throwing me off at
first. Okay, so. You're also moving to a new city and a new country. So like how has that kind of gone so far? Like has that kind of sunk in? Like I'm not gonna be like a couple of hours flights away. Now I'm gonna be in a whole different.
Yeah, it's definitely sunk in. But like I said, this is what I asked and prayed for. So I'm going into it with a positive mindset, and I'm beyond excited. I mean, like I say, I feel like God leads you to places for a reason. I'm going down there with an open mind, and I'm ready to learn and ready to get better at what I love to do.
Okay. So what would your goals be for the upcoming season?
I mean, I shoot for the stars. I'm looking to be Rookie of the Year. I'm looking to just be a playmaker, man. I always take pride in coming in and being that kid on the team who's a spark plug. I want to show people how versatile I am as a football player. I mean, in JUCO and at UCO, they didn't let me play slot and stuff and return just because they wanted me to focus on playing running back. That's something that I kind of take pride in, and I want to show people more of another side of my game. Pretty much, I want to be a dynamic kick returner, punt return guy. I want to be involved in the pass game more, and I just want to be an overall college football player, honestly.
Okay. Well, okay. Before I get you off here, I do this with every new guest, kind of like a get to know you type of thing. So, your favorite,
Hello?
Yeah, still there?
Yeah.
All right. Your favorite sports team?
Oh, I'm a Chargers fan.
Oh, okay. Now you gotta wait a minute. Now you acquired some big names, Khalil Mack and J.C. Jackson. Do we feel confident now in that division though? Because you got Russell Wilson's now in there. The Chiefs lost Tyreek Hill, but they're still the Chiefs. Are you feeling confident that?
Yeah, man. I'm thinking Super Bowl this year. I'm thinking Super Bowl for my guys.
And that's gonna be tough though, because I mean that's
believe in Justin Herbert, man. I think that we got the best team in the NFL this year. Just from a defensive standpoint, then we got. That's just my opinion. I'm a firm believer of Herbie, man. So I think we're Super Bowl ready.
I mean, I agree with the offense, but the defense was like bottom 5 though. I mean, that's
the thing. Now you got to realize we got Khalil Mack and Bosa coming off the edge. Then we got Derwin in the back. Like we got some pieces, man. We got some pieces. we will see though. I'm just being optimistic. That's a tough division this year, though.
It is. But so we are thinking that it's at least a playoff year.
No, yeah, I'm definitely has. I hope so.
Okay. Okay. Your favorite hobby outside of football.
Favorite hobby outside of football. Man. Honestly, I like playing the video game. I get on the game with my guys. So yeah, I'll probably say playing Call of Duty or 2K.
Okay. Let's see, okay. When you play 2K, who is your go-to team?
Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics. And we're going to the NBA Finals. I just want to put that out there as well.
Ooh. See, as a Nets fan, it hurt me to hear you say that.
We know what happened already. We don't got to do it.
I'm not gonna lie, since that trade, brother.
Yeah, we don't even got to get into all that.
Oh man, it's been rough. It's been rough.
I've been trying to tell everybody all year. I'm like, man, listen, Boston Celtics are gonna go to the finals this year, and I don't want to hear nothing from nobody. It's our time, man.
I mean, you guys are good defensively. You know,
that's what I was gonna say. That's we play good playoff basketball. That's like we match up well with everybody too. And I think if we get Milwaukee out there, I don't see nobody else beating us, honestly.
Now is the Bucks, is that a series that you think goes to 7, or do you think you all can close it out before then?
I'm thinking Boston is 6.
6? Okay.
Okay, 7. It's Giannis. Like, yeah, oh my God. I hope we do it in 6 because that game 7 might give me a heart attack. But yeah, hopefully we get them out of there in 6.
Well, see, I feel like though you're kind of in that no win because like say you beat the Bucks, they're gonna say, well, the Bucks weren't at full strength, they didn't have Middleton, see, and then they're gonna be kind of getting into that whole thing that the Bucks had last year, where it's like
all the cards just happen to fall correctly for us this year, man. You can't be mad at us. You can't be mad for it. How you gonna blame them for that? The cards all fit correctly for us this year.
Well, no, right. I know. I'm just saying though, but like they're gonna say, "Oh, well, we don't know. They would have beaten them at full strength." You know how that whole narrative goes because they gave it to the Bucks last year.
That'll be a conversation for next year.
Okay. Let's see here. Your favorite musical artist?
My favorite musical artist, I would have to say either Lil Baby or No Cap. Right now, that's what I've been listening to a lot lately. So yeah, probably either Lil Baby or No Cap.
Okay. Let's see. Your favorite TV show?
My favorite TV show. Honestly, I love like all the old 90s sitcoms. Like Martin is probably still my favorite show, honestly, to this day.
Okay. Favorite food?
Mexican food. I can eat Mexican food literally every meal of the day.
Okay, now are we a soft shell guy or a hard shell guy?
I'm not biased. I'll take both of them.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so then which dish is your favorite though?
That's probably the hardest question you ever asked me today, honestly. See, it just depends because some days like I might want some tacos and some days I might want enchiladas or something. But I'm a taco guy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love tacos.
So you're gonna do anything big for Cinco de Mayo tomorrow then, as far as that goes?
Eat some tacos. Well, Cinco de Mayo is always like because my birthday is on May 7th too. So like I usually just celebrate with my friends and we'll have a little get together. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna eat some tacos tomorrow.
Okay. Well. Happy early birthday, then.
Appreciate it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now I noticed when you were at UCO, all right, you one of the guys that was dressed to the gills and the gear. And it changed some games. I noticed some games you had the little bottom sleeve with the little bands on the other side, and then sometimes you had the 2 little sleeves. So like, what goes into choosing your game day swag? I guess.
All right, this is crazy. Okay, so it's crazy because like I always have like a dream like of game week, and like I would just wear wherever I have in my dream because like. If I play, especially if I play good in my dream, like I'll wake up like, all right, like I gotta wear this week. So like it's weird. Like that's literally like my exact thought process. Though, like if I don't have a dream, I'll wake up on game day and I'll just be like, I'm gonna go with this today, and I'll just go wherever feels good, wherever feels right. But yeah, like that's crazy though. Like I really have dreams of like the game, And then like I'll just wake up and I'm like, yeah, all right. Well, in my dream I had on an arm sleeve, so like I gotta wear an arm sleeve this week.
Well, like the fact you're able to remember that though is impressive because I can't. Most people couldn't tell you what they dreamed about.
That's not, no, and I'm dead serious. Like I'll have a dream about the game, and then if it's a dream and if I play good, like I gotta like obviously like God is telling me like, hey, like you might want to wear this because like this is what's in store. So like that's how it goes.
Okay, so which I guess outfit do you feel like has been your best so far in your career? Like you could say like that was the peak of my uniform right there.
I don't know anything. I feel like I'm superstitious. Like I'm very and people like you can ask anybody. Like I don't like wearing black accessories. I feel like every time I wear black, I play bad. But it's when like I wear like the little double, like the little Nike armbands, like the two little ones on my wrists, in my arms. I feel like those are like I always play good. Like I'm the most comfortable in that, and like that's just kind of like my stamp, like go-to game swag. But yeah, like that, like, but that's funny that you asked that because like I'm very superstitious with that stuff.
Okay. And then alongside that, do you have any pregame rituals or routines that you normally do?
Yes. Yes. So I have to take a shower in the morning. Like I have to get up and I have to shower. I listen to music for like an hour in my room. Like and like I can't be bothered. Like if somebody like calls my phone or anything, like I can't talk to nobody. Like I need that hour to myself. So I do that. I wake up, I shower, give me a good hour of music in. Then after that, like it just depends. Like at UCO, so we would have to be at the locker room early. So like I would go to get like it was this little breakfast spot that I used to always go to. I don't know how I just forgot the name of it. Lord Jesus. So I would either go there if I was in Oklahoma, but at home we have this place called what is it? Einstein. So I would always go to Einstein's, go get me a little strawberry banana smoothie, little egg sandwich, and I'll be on my way. But yeah, those are like my three go-tos. And then I always lay out like my game day stuff on the floor like a little kid.
Okay. Now, when we come to music, is it like a set playlist that you have that you listen to every game, or do you change it up?
It depends on the week. Like I said, like I have weeks where like I would literally listen to the same artist all week. So it just depends on the vibe for the week. But most of the time on game day, it's gonna probably be some Lil Baby on his death.
Okay. And do you have a go-to song of his that you always have to listen to before the games?
Yeah, either that freestyle or he has this song called "Dreams to Reality." That's the one that usually gets me right.
Okay. Well, okay. I guess before I let you go, you have a message to UCL fans about your time there and what they can expect from you as you begin your CFL career.
Time, man. UCO is that's a special place in my heart, man. I love that school to death, and like I said, I wish I would have got to finish my time there. And I definitely plan on coming back to see some of my guys ball this year. But yeah, no, I love the fans, I love the city, I love the campus, and definitely go Chos, man.
Cool.
Go Chos, baby. You know, most definitely.
Oh, TJ, I appreciate you taking time this morning to come talk to me. You're always welcome back on, and I'll speak for probably all of us that we're wishing you the best of luck up there in Canada, and I hope they have some of your games on TV this year.
I'll get you the links if I got to. We got the little TSN network where they always got everything streamed. It's like the Canadian version of ESPN.
Yeah, and then because ESPN's been kind of skimpy there as of late on showing like the regular season games. Yeah. So I'm hoping we get you on there on TV, and then hopefully, I guess once you finalize the jersey, I'll be trying to order one of those, at least a cap. Yeah, but like I said, any time you want to come back on, you're more than happy to. But
anytime you need me, just let me know. I'll be here.
All right, TJ, sure. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. I appreciate you having me this morning.
All right, thank you, TJ.